And welcome back to Union High School. Tony Sellers along with Ethan Higgs. I keep trying to call you Hicks.
That's
fine.
That? It's better than Higgins.
Yeah, that is Higgins. Ethan Higgs, as we get ready for the Indian Nation Football Conference 5th grade Challenger Tournament. It will be Jinx White against Skiatook. Skiatook, the home team in this contest. Of course, if you were with us earlier, we've had one championship decided. The 5th grade classic title went to Bixby White with a 20-7 win over Coweta. And in this contest, Jinx White got here by defeating Rejoice Christian 24-0 and Collinsville White 20-6, while Skiatook beat Glenpool Blue 34-7 and defeated Bartlesville White 28-6, and that's how they got to this contest. The lights are on. It has cooled off. We started the afternoon 70 degrees. It's down to 65, and with the wind chill, it's 57, and the winds are picking up. They're almost straight out of the north. That cold front has arrived, and 14 miles an hour, gusting to 27. And I'd say, looking at the flag, those winds are gusting pretty strongly right now. So the captain's getting ready to meet for the coin toss, and we'll find out who gets the ball first. Now, you tell me, if you're looking at your screen on TV when they walk in there, are those red jerseys?
I'm pretty sure they're red. You were saying they're orange. You know, I think it's a little orange because you compared it to the Broncos. And you know what? I kind of see it now from where they're standing. I'm so confident they're red, but I think they're a little orange as well. But you're convinced they're Denver Bronco orange.
Yeah, they're Bronco or Oklahoma State orange to me. Skiatook Bulldogs, and look at big number 72, Zachary Gilliland. He towers over the – these are 5th graders. That is a very large 5th grader. But and he's not even he turned 11 years old just a couple of weeks ago.
Well, happy late birthday.
Yeah, so happy late birthday to Zachary. And Jinx White in the white tops and the black pants. And there goes the coin toss. Jinx gets to call it. And Skiatook wins the toss, and they decline the option until the second half. So Jinx will probably get the football. And let's see which end. Skiatook, though, is going to kick it from the south end, so they'll be kicking into the wind here. We'll see how that goes. We had some interesting kicks in our opening game today.
We saw a made extra point. I was impressed by that. I don't think I could kick a field goal. I don't know how many.
You couldn't win the McAfee Challenge, huh?
No, and I don't think I can win any Chick-fil-A sandwiches either at OU games.
I used to be able to. I was a straight-on kicker, though. I never played soccer, so I never did learn the soccer kick. But I got to kick an extra point one time. I did make it.
100% success rate.
Barely got over the crossbar. But I begged him. I was the holder, and I finally said we were winning. I said, let me kick one. Yeah, that didn't happen. I think I got to kick off once, too, in the same kind of looked more like a squib kick. I wasn't intending it to be a squib kick. I can guarantee you that.
There's a certain art to it, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, now with the soccer-style kickers, you know, it's crazy. We're going to see 70-yard field goals in the NFL soon. Skiatook will kick it off. And let's see who's going to do the honors. We need a kicker. We got all the coverage team. Oh, we got to have a tee. They had to get that tee out there. So Hunter Randolph is going to kick it off. And Jinx is not real confident that he's going to kick it very far. They've got their guy back at about the 35-yard line. We saw Davis O'Neill, you mentioned the guy that kicked an extra point with the win. He kicked a kickoff from the 40, and it wound up, and it bounced a little bit, but it went all the way into the end zone for a touchback. We'll see what we got here for Mr. Randolph, and it is a squib kick, more like an onside kick, and it is recovered by Jinx White at about the 48-yard line. So they'll have great field position to start this contest, falling on it, Brock Breach.
Good work by Breach. You got to be brave when you're on the hands team for an onside kick, but he fell on it, waited for the contact, and popped right back up. Good work by the number 4 player for Jinx.
And Jinx with the football at their own 48-yard line, ball on the near hash mark, and had to get the quarterback in there, getting those last-second instructions. And they line up in the shotgun with running backs to each side of the quarterback. And it's a keeper around the left side, and about a yard gain, and that's it before he's driven back. Be second down and about 9 yards to go from the 49-yard line, and that was that big number 72 we pointed out in the pregame. Zachary Gilliland came all the way over from the left defensive end to make the tackle on the right side. Second down and 9 for Jinx White. Out of the shotgun, they have a receiver to the left side. Some movement, right guard moved before the snap, and that's going to back it up 5 yards for Jinx White.
Well, there was a little bit of movement from the defensive line of Skiatook, but they didn't cross the line of scrimmage, causing the jump from Jinx. Now it's a 2nd and 14.
That's exactly right. They didn't go across that neutral zone, but it caused some confusion. Direct snap and carry the ball. There's Ace White around the left side. He gets a couple of yards back. It'll be 3rd down and 12. Across the 45 back to the 46-yard line on the far hash mark. And the Jinx White coaching staff, led by Jason Wiltshire, giving his skill people the call, and they're running it back to the huddle. Those flags, if you look up on top of the stadium, they are really going.
Yeah, some of them only hanging on by a thread here.
Out of the shotgun, low snap, rolling right. Quarterback now, he's going to keep it and gets back to the original line of scrimmage where this drive started, and it's going to be 4th down and 10.
Some subtle elusiveness there in the backfield by Chronister to move it back to the original line of scrimmage. Took 4 or 5 Skiatook defenders to make the tackle, but it's 4th and 10. They got the job done.
Yeah, it was Edgerton, Brex Edgerton, the quarterback, got back to the line of scrimmage. Now punt coming up, left footer, and not a very far, but it takes a good Jinx White bounce and will roll dead at about the 31-yard line.
I had my rosters backwards. That's why I got the name wrong.
There you go. You knew the number, you just didn't know the name. 1st and 10 for Skiatook. 5:24 to go as the Bulldogs have it for the first time here in this game. And we see big Mr. Gilliland on that offensive line too. I bet he has to bring his birth certificate around everywhere he goes to try to play. Under center, the quarterback, handoff, and filing forward across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Miller Smith is the quarterback for Skiatook. And it'll be 2nd down and about 6 yards to go. Ball at the 36-yard line in Bulldogs territory. The tailback on the carry that time, Brooks Fudge, picked up 4 yards. Under center, Randolph hands it to Fudge. He's met after about a yard gain, and that's it. 3rd down and 5 coming up. Yeah, you know, I was a big kid for my age. When we played in the state baseball tournaments, I had to take my birth certificate everywhere, me and one other guy, because we were so much bigger. And I was actually a year younger than everybody else, but I had to take what happened to me? I didn't grow anymore after that. 3rd down and about 5 yards to go, and a direct snap goes to Fudge, and he's got the first down. They just snapped it straight to him, and he ran up the middle and got the first down at the 46-yard line. First down of the ball game for either side. Again, direct snap to Fudge. He cuts it over the right side, gets to midfield, picks up 4 yards on the play. Already down to 3 minutes, so 8-minute quarters. And one other rule that we learned in the first game, if you run for the extra point or pass for it, it's only worth 1 point, but if you kick it, it's worth 2. Here's Fudge on the direct snap, gives up ground. He's in trouble, trying to find some room, and gets just back across the 45. He'll lose those 4 yards back, and it'll be 3rd down and 10 to go from the 46-yard line.
Well, it could have been a whole lot worse, but just shifting around at the very end, falling forward. Just like we saw in the first drive, a change in yardage, going back to the original line of scrimmage. This ball now on the 46.
Fudge alone in the backfield. He can throw it as well, but this time he's just going to keep it straight up the middle. He picks up about 5 yards, and it'll be 4th down and 5. And I think by looking at that play, I think their intent all along was to go for it on 4th down. So let's get what we could get on 3rd and make 4th down a little bit shorter, but still 5 yards to go.
Well, if you can get a gap open just like that on this 4th down, it should be easy money for Skiatook as it's a 4th and 5. Coming up.
Two wide receivers to the right, and now a whistle and a flag and illegal procedure against Skiatook, and now it's going to be 4th down and 10. That changes the equation a little bit. Fudge looking to the sideline to see what his coach wants to run. And they send the play back in with Miller Smith at quarterback. Let's see if they want to put the ball in the air here. So Fudge still taking the direct snap. Smith lines up on the wing right. High snap and in his face immediately, and Fudge is going to be thrown for a loss, and the ball is going to go over on downs to Jinx White.
Getting in the backfield initially there was Nolan Liebart. I don't know if he got the official tackle there, but he stopped forward progress immediately as a turnover on downs now gives great field position to Jinx White.
Yeah, he had a lot of help. The cavalry was behind him when he came in there and made that initial surge. Under a minute to go in a rapidly moving first quarter. No score, but Jinx White with good field position on their second possession at the 43-yard line in Skiatook territory. Out of the, and I believe Skiatook jumps off sides there. The nose guard, Gary Strahl, tried to hold up, but I think he made contact, and it'll be a 5-yard penalty against the Bulldogs. Out of the shotgun with running backs on each side, and quarterback just takes the snap, goes straight forward, and gets about 3 yards to the 35. That was Ace White taking that snap, and clock stopped momentarily here. I'm not sure why now it's running. This will probably be the last play of the first quarter. 2nd down and 2 to go for the Trojans. White, direct snap, he keeps it, has the first down and more inside the 30 down to the 27-yard line. So Jinx White on the move as the first quarter ends. We played 1 quarter in the 5th grade Challenger Tournament in the Indian Nations Football Conference Finals. It is Jinx White nothing, Skiatook nothing. We'll return on KREF Sports TV.
Streets, I make it look easy. No flattering, cool, way too easy. Word on the street is I make it look easy. I'm actually smooth, it's far too easy. Word on the street is I make it look easy. Too easy.
Tony Sellers along with Ethan Higgs, and upstairs on the video, Levi Wilkerson doing his great work as usual. It'll be 1st and 10 for Jinx White from the Skiatook 28-yard line to start the second quarter. We're about 10 minutes away from official sundown, but, you know, I hope you've gotten used to the time change. I know you haven't. I've just started walking my dogs a little bit earlier in the evening.
Well, I was out of state when the time changed, so I come back home and it's just all sorts of crazy. It's been a week. I'm still not used to it, but I know these kids are going to be excited to play under the lights as those big old floodlights are now doing their job, illuminating the field at this point more than the sun.
Yeah, we're seeing the players' shadows under those lights out there down on this great facility here at Union High School. 1st and 10 for the Trojans. Snap straight ahead and getting to the outside and picking up about 6 yards on the play. That was Cooper Chronister on the carry that time, getting the direct snap. It'll be 2nd down and about 4 yards to go. He picks up 6 to the 22. I like this Democratic offense they've run. They have different people taking the direct snap on different plays.
And for these kids, they'll understand multiple positions of football. It's not just about playing on the field. It's also about learning the game.
This time White back there on the direct snap, and he's got short yardage, gets maybe a yard to the 21, and that'll be it. It'll set up a 3rd down and 3. Big play here for the Skiatook defense. Of course, this is 4-down territory. But if you could put a negative play on Jinx on this one, it would help your cause. This time Edgerton back at quarterback alongside of White. They snap it to White, though. White giving up ground, and it's not White, it is Cooper Chronister, and he is thrown for a loss. With just what I dialed up, I said put them in a negative play situation. They lose 3 yards. Now it's 4th and 8. You know they're still going for it, but it's a much tougher task for Jinx White here.
Both defenses have been playing very well. We're going up on about 10 minutes played in this game, and no one scored yet.
Now, this is the deepest penetration for either team, but nobody has gotten into the red zone yet. Fourth down and 8 yards to go. It's Edgerton wanting to throw, rolls to his right, flips it underneath. It's complete, but it's going to be well short of the 1st down. Brock Breach, I believe, on the catch. But it'll turn over on downs to the Bulldogs. They have held, and they get it back with 5:45 to go before halftime.
A great defensive play deep in their own territory. Skiatook now taking control of possession. And I'll tell you what, you know it's windy when all 8 corner pylons are on the ground, falling over.
Well, they are, aren't they? Yeah. That's wild. Yeah, those gusts, well over 20 miles an hour under center. Handoff straight up the middle, big hole, and there goes Brooks Fudge, and he is on his way to a 78-yard touchdown as the Bulldogs take the lead.
Well, in the pregame, Tony was saying, look at number 7. He looks like a player to watch. And all of a sudden, the very first play of this drive here in the second quarter, Fudge takes it to the house. We're going to take a look at the replay here. I want to see if he was even touched going through the scrum of all 21 other players. I don't think anyone got a hand on him as he runs to the house. Let's take a look at the 1-point conversion.
All right, yeah, they're going to go for it. This will only be worth 1 point, and keeping it on the right side, they're going to be stacked up short, and the attempt is no good. So timeout on the field, 5:30 to go before halftime. It is Skiatook 6 and Jinx White nothing. We'll return with the Indian Nations Football Conference Challenger Finals here on KREF Sports TV.
Street side make it look easy. I'm flattering, cool, way too easy. Word on the street is I make it look easy. I'm actually smooth, it's far too easy. Word on the street is I make it look easy. Too easy.
Welcome back to Union High School. Skiatook Bulldogs getting ready to kick off, taking the field there. And Ace, you got to be a player. That's what I said. With a name like Ace, you better be able to play. Ace White, 78-yard TD, the first score on the board in this game. And kicking off for the Bulldogs, Hunter Randolph. And again, it's an onside kick. It doesn't go 10 yards, but it's jumped on by Jinx anyway, making the recovery there. Dax Gankars and the Jinx Trojans are going to have the ball at the Skiatook 46-yard line.
Hey, I have music for halftime. Where do I go? The door down there? This way?
Yeah, you can come up here. Yeah. First and 10 for Jinx White. And over the left side, short yardage there, a couple of yards for Brex Edgerton. Second down and 8 to go from the 44-yard line. Ball on the near hash mark on the Skiatook Bulldogs side of the field. We're already halfway through the second quarter. Skiatook up 6-0. We got one more game tonight, the Champions Final. That'll be Owasso Black against Bixby Red. That should be a good one. Coming up at 7 o'clock tonight. Second down and 8. Maurice Washington takes the snap, and he is stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Good surge by the defensive line there. For Skiatook, Aiden Sutton was in there on the tackle. I think Wyatt Haynes in there as well. It'll be third down and 8. Did we get our halftime music straightened out?
I sure hope so. I pointed her to the right room. You got to go over to the 50-yard line to the PA box.
Yeah. Third down and 8. Cooper Chronister now lined up to take the direct snap. He takes it straight up the middle. He finds, cuts to the outside. Had an opening initially, but it was closed quickly as a host of tacklers got over there. Brooks Fudge was one of them. Fourth down and about 6 yards to go. And they're going to punt it, and it goes straight up in the air and straight out of bounds. That's going to be about a 4-yard punt. Well, they're going to give him 5 to the 35. Kicking into that gusty wind.
Not fun.
Not fun. He went straight up and straight down. 5-yard punt. And that'll bring it back to the 35-yard line. Let's go back to that touchdown. I think I credited the wrong person. What number was that scored the touchdown? Was it 7?
Yeah, that was Brooks
That was
Fudge.
Brooks Fudge. I was giving Ace White all the shine.
Well, you got the call right,
Yeah.
but then we came back from break, and I was like, wait a second. But that was Fudge.
Yeah, Brooks Fudge. I did have it right on the call of the touchdown. Here's just a quarterback sneak straight ahead by Miller Smith. 2nd down and 8. The situation for Skiatook as we approach 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We had a lot of stoppages the first half of the first half. We had a couple of injuries and called some timeouts. None of that here. We just played straight through here in the first half of this one.
Kickoff about 20 minutes ago, and now we're 2 minutes away from halftime. Like you said, very quick ball game. This could be a 2-minute drill here from Skiatook.
2nd down and 8. They look to pass. Over to the right side, it's Fudge throwing it deep. He's got a receiver, and it's dropped by Miller Smith. Good pass downfield by Brooks Fudge. And it'll be 3rd down and 8. That stops the clock momentarily with 1:50 to go here in the first half. The officials blowing the play or the play ready, but we're not using the play clock. So I don't know really the purpose of that here today.
Perhaps they're counting in their head.
Yeah, maybe so.
But
Back to pass again, and this time going to keep it up the middle is Fudge. He almost breaks through, gets across the 40 to the 41, but that's still going to leave him 4 yards short of a first down on 4th down, and they're going to go ahead and I think they're going to go ahead and go for it. Yeah. Fudge on the unbalanced line. He's going to carry it to the right side. He had a lot of blockers there. He can't get to the outside, but I think he tiptoes down the sideline, and by golly, he picked up the first down.
Wow.
Great individual effort there by Brooks Fudge to keep this drive going with 1:16 to go.
Well, I think up here in the booth, we were both thinking there was no way he was going to get to the first down marker, but oh my goodness, he keeps his toes in bounds. Now the ball placed on the 49-yard line with possession.
They've got all 3 timeouts, 1:16. See if they can make something happen in this final minute. Fudge alone in the backfield. RPO wanted to throw it. He still wants to throw it. He finally gets taken down. They finally got to him back at the and we got a whistle, and a timeout is called with 1:04 left to go. Loss on the play of 8 yards. And what is our discrepancy here?
We got our papers backwards again. It was number 5 by Miller Smith, I believe, or Henry Hill. We had our 5s backwards for something.
No, we haven't called Henry Hill for anything.
In that case, we should have.
Well, he's on Jinx.
I'm just telling you what I heard.
We don't need help from the crowd on there. 1:04 left to go. 2nd down and 10. Miller Smith is on Skiatook, and he is the guy that was the intended receiver earlier.
Okay.
Yeah. So don't confuse us any more than we are already confused, right? Second down and 17. Fudge alone in the backfield, takes the snap, wants to roll right. Wants to throw. Now he's going to have to run with it. Gets away from a couple of people, but he'll pick up just about 2 yards, and that's it. It'll be 3rd down and 15. Clock running with 50 seconds left to go here before halftime. Jinx not taking timeout to get the ball back, and I think Skiatook at this point says we're going to let it run a little bit. 3rd and long. If we pick it up, great. If we don't, well, it's going to be halftime soon. Here is Miller Smith. He flips it. He still got it. Wants to flip it ahead and gets it to Fudge, who is out of bounds about 5 yards shy of the first down. 22 seconds left. It'll be 4th down and 5, and Skiatook will go for it from the 46-yard line in Jinx territory.
That was a really nice throw from Smith, lobbing it over the defender, getting it into the breadbasket of Fudge. The clock stopped with 22 seconds left. Like you said, a 4th and 5, but I'm really impressed by that throw from Smith. I'll tell you what, if I was down there, I don't think I would have thought about lobbing it.
Yeah, and he got it high enough to keep it from getting batted down, and a great job reaching over by Fudge to make the catch. 4th and 5. Here's Fudge on the keeper, and he's not going to make it. He gets to the 43, and that's it. 15 seconds left. Jinx White will have the ball, and let's see what they can do. They're into the wind here. Very tough. This wind has gotten a lot feistier. The flag is not moving downstairs. It's kind of shielded, but the ones up top are still moving strongly in the breeze. Those gusts up to 26 miles an hour, and a timeout called by Jinx here to get set for this last couple of minutes. And again, later tonight, our final game tonight, it will be the Owasso Black team against the Bixby Red team for the champions title. This is our challenger championship for this game.
Well, I'll tell you what, if it's Bixby versus Jinx, you already know it's going to be a fun game. That game coming up at 7. But right now, I'm really liking the way that this game is going. Skiatook and Jinx, plenty of athletes on both sides. It's been really fun. This whole day has been really fun. These 5th graders are real ballers.
Yeah, no, we got some talent out here, some future stars for programs that are all successful. Skiatook, the smallest of the school districts involved in this thing. But they're showing some talent. Here's a 1st down for Jinx White, and a bad snap, and just falling on it back at the 34-yard line. And let's see if they even try to run another play. I think they'll just let it run out and try to regroup at halftime. So the 78-yard touchdown run from Brooks Fudge, the only scoring of the first half. At halftime, it is Skiatook 6, Jinx nothing.
Now, hold on. They may have stopped the clock. I think there was a late timeout from Jinx White. It reads 3 seconds.
Oh,
and it's
my
stagnant.
goodness. They let it run all the way down and call a timeout with 3 seconds. They're into the wind. It's 2nd and 19. This is the last play. I don't know about that.
Might as well run one more play. I mean, if I'm a kid
well, if
on
you're
this
going to
field,
run one more play, call timeout with 13 seconds left.
I won't argue that, but if I'm a kid on this field, I'm like, hey, I'm fine with running an extra play
Okay.
here at the big house.
All right. Well, they're ready to go. Skiatook's taking their full time on the timeout. I mean, if you're the Skiatook coach, it's like, don't give up a 66-yard touchdown here.
Well, we've already seen a touchdown longer than that in this game.
Yeah, they're going to try to run some trickery. They got a receiver out, but instead the man's going to run with the ball. He gets to the 40, up to about the 42. That's Dax Gankars. And now it's going to be the end of the half. So at halftime, it is Skiatook 6, Jinx nothing. We'll be back in about 5 minutes with second half action in the Indian Nations Football Conference Challenger Championship on KREF Sports TV.
Street side make it look easy. I'm flattering, cool, way too easy. Word on the street is I make it look easy. I'm actually smooth, it's far too easy. Word on the street is I make it look easy. Too easy.
grade cheerleaders. Abby, Jasmine, Arlo, Jordan, Arwen, Kelsey, Braylee, Langston, Brinley, Leslie, Riley, Lillian, Charlie, Madison, Molly, Eden, Ronina, Haley, Taylor, Hannah, Patty, Temperley,
Tony Sellers, Ethan Higgs, back with you here at Union High School, waiting for the Skiatook Bulldogs to come back. There they are, coming out. The cheerleading perform. I think the halftime ran almost longer than the game time there with the cheerleader performance. Running a little late, but that's okay. We saved a lot of time in the first half. We kicked off 36 minutes ago, and it's already second half.
Well, how about those cheerleaders? They did a great job.
They did a
on
fantastic
their routines.
job, yes. Doing a little 9 to 5. None of them were alive when that song was out.
I was thinking about that when they were playing the Justin Bieber song.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think I was younger than them when it came out. Crazy to think that for them, that's an oldie.
That is an old.
Now I'm an oldie.
Justin Bieber is an oldie, yeah. Well, Jinx White will kick off to Skiatook to start the second half. It's their first kickoff of the game. And I believe that is Dax Gankars to do the kicking. And he's going to wait for the official signal and maybe for the music to stop there. There we go. We're ready for second half action, and he kicks short kick. It's caught over the shoulder by Brooks Fudge, and he takes it back to the 45-yard line. It was a pretty impressive catch there and saved about 10 or 15 yards. So 45-yard line is where Skiatook will start it off with a 6-0 lead. Each of these teams, Skiatook has 21 players on their roster. Jinx White has 24 on theirs. But still a lot of kids playing both ways in this contest. Under center, the handoff to Fudge straight up the middle. He stopped short of midfield after about a 3-yard pickup to the 48.
Great work by the offensive line of Skiatook to open up such a big gap for Fudge. Looks like they're going to give him 3 there.
Yeah, Nolan Liebhart was right up in there on the tackle. Second down and 7. Handoff again. Fudge tries to break it to the outside. He's giving ground. He's got containment. He gets across midfield down to about the 48 in Jinx White territory, but there is a holding call. That's the first hold we've seen today. A lot of running plays, but our first holding call of the afternoon against Skiatook, and that is going to be marked off from the line of scrimmage and take them back 10 yards. So it will be still second down, but now second down and 17 yards to go. They got you running all over the place today. Somebody locked out?
I closed the door to our booth. It locks if we leave.
Okay.
But since we're both in here, it was kind of making the wind blow all over the place. And look at this run.
Look at the run on the outside. A great run by Miller Smith. He gets close to a first down. He's about 2 yards short, but he picked up 13 yards on that scramble. And it's going to be third down and 2. Well, actually, 47-yard line in Jinx White territory on the near hash mark. So our first holding penalty of the day. We've only seen a couple of passes. It's mostly been running plays today. And probably one here is Fudge alone in the backfield. Will take the direct snap and a penalty flag down immediately. I think we're going to have a false start. Fudge has enough for the first down, but let's hold it up. I think we've got an illegal procedure coming up against Skiatook.
But there were a few more penalty markers that came in after
Oh,
that
there
initial
are.
one.
There's laundry all over the field.
3 penalty markers. There's 4 referees on the field.
I think they all saw the same thing that I saw as well. I believe it was the right side moved a little bit early. So it'll be third down and 8.
I think it's going to be third down and a bit further. I think there was also a holding call in there.
Oh, did he? I only saw one signal.
Maybe they did the same thing twice. I saw 2 different motions.
But they did mark it back, and it's third and 12 now. So that was a 10-yard penalty. Okay. Same formation, though, with Fudge alone and confusion as Roman Baker doesn't know where he's supposed to line up, trying to get in there. They've got an unbalanced line to the left. And Fudge takes it. He wants to throw. He does throw it. It's complete outside to Miller Smith. It's going to be short of the first down. They're going to mark it at midfield, so it's going to be fourth down and 5. But kind of interesting there. They wanted to run an unbalanced line, and it really didn't matter where they lined up, but they kept moving each other around.
Well, there was a lot of confusion. I was expecting perhaps a illegal formation penalty marker to come out, but they got the play off cleanly. And I think on a third and deep, you call that a success. When everything is 4-down territory, it makes a 4th and 5. That was a great catch in the open field.
Yeah, and a good pass by Fudge, good catch by Miller Smith. They kind of interchange position. Smith plays quarterback some plays. Fudge plays direct snap, and this will be Smith under center taking the snap and handing off to Fudge straight up the middle. He breaks free inside the 40 down to the 37. Looked like he was shot out of a cannon when he got that handoff.
Well, this might be coming back. I think we're going to get a holding call.
Wow. Second holding call on this drive. That will negate the first down, and that's going to make it a 4th and 15 now. Skiatook has used up the first 3 minutes of the quarter on this drive, but they haven't made a lot of progress. They started at the 45, and now they're back at the 40.
And it's been back and forth, just like you saw. I mean, that's what, a 20-yard delta?
Yeah.
Between where the ball was spotted and then the outcome of the penalty, a heartbreaking result for Skiatook. Mistakes happen, and now we're going to see what happens on a 4th and deep.
Well, they're still lining up as if to run a play. Under center is Smith. He pitches it. Oh, and it's dropped by Fudge. He'll just have to take off with it. Tries to get to the outside. He breaks one tackle, still on his feet. He is battling. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage and maybe a yard beyond. And the ball is going to be turned over on downs to Jinx. I'm not sure if that was not going to be a quick kick after they pitched it, but he dropped the pitch and then had to pick it up and run with it.
But either way, I mean, I've been impressed all evening long by Fudge's ability to stay on his feet. How many defenders did it take to bring him down? Over half of the defense. Despite not getting the first down, he's been so fun to watch.
1st and 10 for Jinx White from the 46-yard line, and Skya took territory. Full house out of the shotgun, and direct snap kept by Gankars.
Run up the middle, gaining about, they're going to call it 6 yards on the pickup. We're about halfway through the third quarter here. Jinx White still not on the board, but it's still a one-possession game. The Trojans are in enemy territory here.
And around the left side, Gankars gets the first down. He gets down almost to the 35-yard line. And I got papers flying all around here. My roster has disappeared.
And we're in a booth. Could you imagine being outside with all your pieces of paper?
Yeah, I've got to figure out what in the world is going on here. Unless I've got it buried somewhere. It is just, oh, it's there. Okay, now we're back. First down and a keeper straight up the middle, about a 3-yard gain on the play. They'll give him down, well, maybe 4 to the 31. As carried the ball that time, Cooper Chronister on the direct snap. They're getting it over on downs, and this has been the most positive yardage in a while for the Jinx team. Clock running, under 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. To the right side, it's Gankars, and he is down. They're going to say his knee hit at the 27, so he's going to be a couple of yards short of the first down. 3rd down and 2, and Jinx just methodical, grinded it forward.
I've been really impressed with this drive so far, just picking up bunches of yards at a time. Now it's a 3rd and short. With the way they've been playing, they ought to pick this up. And I've been really impressed. This is the best the offense has looked all day long.
Gankar's in the middle to take the snap. And he goes to the right, and with the spin, he falls forward and has the first down just inside the 25-yard line. They're going to mark it right at the 25.
And it's been those final steps, those final pushes forward for Jinx White that have kept this drive moving. If you could fall forward on every play, you're gaining a yard or two just at the very end. And as you saw there, that ball going over the first down line with the ball squarely on the 25 now.
Chronister in the middle of that triumvirate in the shotgun now. He takes the snap. Has a blocker in front, gets to the 20 and down to the 19. He had Brock Breach in front of him blocking and was able to pick up 6 yards on the play. We're down to less than 90 seconds to go here in the third quarter, and Jinx trying to tie this ball game up. Wide to the right, Duke Phillips. He's out there. He's the lonely end out there by himself. Snap this time. Gankars gets about 2 yards to the 23. That takes us under a minute to go in the quarter. And Jinx White in no hurry. You know what? We mentioned they aren't using the play clocks. I did see the official on that play earlier when there was a lot of confusion kind of going like this, so they must be keeping the play clock down there in their head. Yeah.
Okay.
On the left, the Chronister is going to be short of the first down. It's going to be a 4th down and 1. And Jinx White, I think, is probably just going to let the clock run out here and take their chances on 4th and 1, going with the wind at their back to start the fourth quarter.
Yeah, the wind definitely playing a factor. I mean, I'm looking at the field goal posts. The flags are blowing so high, they're actually going up. They're not just going out and down. They're going up. That's how strong the wind is as we close out this third quarter. 4 fingers in the air. 8 minutes to go.
Well, that's the end of the third quarter. Our score, Skiatook 6, Jinx White nothing, but Jinx is driving in the red zone. We'll come back with fourth quarter action in the Indian Nations Football Conference Challenger Championship after this timeout on KREF Sports TV.
You made the nice list, kid.
Thank you, Santa.
Paige,
In the flesh.
Rookie of the Year.
Nice list. Swish Miss came early this year.
Santa.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Bryson kept you cool. Very nice.
Yes! Santa.
CD Lamb breaking those DB's ankles is not very nice, but those routes sure are. Maybe next year, Mr. Green.
Again?
For everyone on your nice list.
Tony Sellers, Ethan Higgs back with you. The wind is not our friend today. Fourth down and a yard for Jinx White, and I don't think they got it. They got stopped short. A good surge on the defensive line for Skiatook. And I believe that was Miller Smith, the quarterback, leading that charge. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for Skiatook at their own 16-yard line as they penetrated on that 4th and 1 play and never let Jinx get to the line of scrimmage.
A fantastic stand, making contact early on before acceleration could really occur for the offense of Jinx White. Here's Skiatook's offense now.
Under center this time, Smith, and a whistle before the play. And I believe did we have a timeout? Someone called a timeout there before that first play. I'm not sure which team it was. Don't forget, we got another game coming up at 7 o'clock. It'll be the finale of the day, and it will be the champions final between Owasso Black and Bixby Red. So you can put your money on black or red. And spin the wheel.
I don't think I'm going to put anything down. I'm going to see how it goes.
Timeout is over. Bulldogs come back. It'll be 1st and 10 from their 16-yard line. One thing we haven't had in this game that we did have in the other game is turnovers.
That's
no
true.
turnovers to this point. Had a few more penalties, but no turnovers. Smith under center. Hands it off to Fudge. He breaks a tackle or two. He's still fighting for yardage. They finally blow the whistle, and he'll be given 4 yards up to the 20-yard line. The first guy just can't take him down. Second down and 6 for the Bulldogs. Again under center, Smith. Handoff again, and nothing there this time. Stoned right at the line of scrimmage. Getting up off the bottom of the pile, big number 0, Nolan Liebhart. From that left defensive end. And it's 3rd down and 6 yards to go. It is truly a fall evening. We can feel that with the windows open here tonight. And it's going to get below freezing, I understand, overnight.
I'm glad I brought a jacket.
3rd down and 6. High snap. Direct snap to Fudge, and he is taken down at about the 22. So it's going to be a 4th down and still 4 yards to go. And we might see our first punt of the afternoon by the Bulldogs, although they're just lining up in the huddle right now.
3 consecutive nice plays for the Jinx White defense. Only giving up 6 yards on those 3 plays. And in good territory as well. If they can force a turnover on downs here, that would be big for Jinx.
Well, under center, they fumble the snap and only get about a half a yard, and that's going to be a turnover on downs to Jinx White, and they're going to get the ball back at the Skiatook 22-yard line. It almost looked like he was going to run a quarterback sneak, but I don't think he ever got the snap.
And as a result, just a few yards outside of the red zone. Sorry, I got distracted because you dropped a paper. I know that's been a problem for you all night. We need to get you a paperweight. We got to figure something out here for you.
Well, I've got a couple over here, but I keep having to move them to look stuff up. Down to 61 degrees, by the way. It feels like 54, and you're in a short-sleeve shirt. 1st and 10, and right up the middle, inside the 20 to the 19, pick up about 3 yards. I believe that was Gankar's on the carry. 2nd down and 7 for Jinx White. Their coach, Jason Wiltshire, sending in the play. Tight formation. Keeper around the left side, Gankars. Gets down to the 14. It's going to be a 3rd down and 2. Of course, this is 4-down territory. Down to 4:45 and counting left to go in this game. Gankar's around the left side. He's hit behind the line of scrimmage, fights forward, and it's going to be awfully close.
Well, it may not matter. There's another penalty marker down.
And a holding call against Jinx White. That's the 3rd hold against them this second half. They've had, every time they've had a good positive plays or a chance to move the sticks, holding call. That's the 3rd one here in the second half.
Well, perhaps it's those holds that are opening up the big gaps for the big plays.
3rd down and 12 now. Back at the 24-yard line. And we're almost to the halfway point of the 4th quarter. That first quarter touchdown, 78 yards by Brooks Fudge, has held up. And now a timeout called by Jinx White to get this one right. We'll take one with them. 4:17 remaining in the game. Skiatook 6, Jinx White nothing. We'll return on KREF Sports TV.
Thank you, Santa.
What's up, Santa?
Bryson, you've been hitting those golf balls all the way to the North Pole.
Really?
Put one through the window of Mrs. Claus's car. Ho, ho, hole in one.
Thanks, Santa. Yes!
Tony Sellers, Ethan Higgs with you here. 3rd down and 12. We haven't seen Jinx White put the ball on the air much. I think they've thrown one pass. But this might be a situation where you might, if you got one in your pocket, pull out a good trick play here. This time, only 2 people in the backfield and 2 receivers to the right. It is going to be a pass play. Rolling right Edgerton, and he throws. It's over the head of the intended receiver and incomplete, and now it's going to be a 4th down and 12. No, they'll have to pick up good distance here. I don't think you can run the ball because I think Skyatook's going to be ready for that. Another thing, too, I don't think the clock moved on that last play.
I think it did. It just stopped a little bit early. And I only know that because I'm trying to run the clock on the screen as well.
Rolling right, wanting to throw. He's getting rushed. The pass is complete, but it's going to be a loss of 5 yards. Great defense that time. And who was it? Brooks Fudge. He's doing it on both sides of the ball.
Now, they may have marked that as incomplete. The ball popped out late. But either way, it's a turnover on downs.
They decided he did not have possession of the football. And so it will go over to Skyatook at their 24-yard line. Jinx has 2 timeouts remaining. Skyatook has done a pretty good job moving the ball on the ground tonight and eating up time and yardage. That's probably going to be the path here. Under center, Smith hands to Fudge. He's got an opening, cuts to the outside, gets away. It's a foot race now. They've got the angle on him. Can he outrun them? Yes, he can. 40, 30, 25, 20. He's gone. 76 yards for Brooks Fudge, his second touchdown of over 75 yards in this game. No penalty flags on the field, and it is now 12-0 Skyatook.
And he's the one who got the tackle behind the line of scrimmage one play earlier. It took one play from scrimmage. And look at the speed from Fudge.
They had the angle on him right here, but he just outran them.
And I'll tell you what, I'm a grown adult. Grown's maybe a strong word, but I don't think I could run 75 yards without stopping. He got faster near the end.
Yeah, you'd collapse. I can guarantee you that. And so would I.
That was a fantastic run. Skyatook now up 12-0.
And going for the 1-point conversion here. Smith out of the shotgun, rolls to the right. Now he's going to cut it and run it, and he's going to get in, but a flag late, and that's going to be a hold well behind the play. Totally unnecessary. But Gary Strahl got the call for the hold. Or rather, that was Cade Church that was guilty of holding there. But Smith had the play. He was already gone.
Yeah.
Not necessary on that play. So they'll have to try it again from the 13-yard line. A little bit tougher. Now Fudge is split out. He's in the slot to the right, just inside of Riker Dunn. Back to pass, Smith. He throws it in the end zone. It's picked off. And in high school, you can't run it back for the 2 points, so that is over. So the conversion, no good. Timeout on the field, 3:55 remaining. Skyatook 12, Jinx White nothing. We'll be back with the kickoff. The Indian Nations Football Conference Challenger Championship on KREF Sports TV.
Thank you, Santa.
Santa.
Seedy, breaking those DB's ankles is not very nice. But those routes sure are. Woo! Santa approves that sideline swagger.
Welcome back, Union High School. Second of our 3 games today. We're in the fourth quarter, 3:55 remaining, and a 2-touchdown lead for Skyatook over Jinx White. Tony Sellers along with Ethan Higgs. And the kickoff coming up from the left footer. And he just boots it straight ahead, and it's loose, and Jinx White jumps on it at about the 43-yard line. Well, the Trojans have got to move fast. And as we mentioned, their passing game has not shown much tonight. It's been the running primarily of the quarterback, Dax Gankars. Brex Edgerton has been the quarterback when they tried to throw the ball. And Chronister has been in there taking the direct snap too. So they've moved it around, but nobody has really shown the propensity of being able to throw the ball downfield. And they roll the clock after it's set, after the kickoff. That's a difference from every other level of football.
I've started to notice that. In fact, there was a whistle and then another delay, and now the clock's running as well. I have to stay vigilant, Tony.
Snap directly to Chronister, tries to get to the outside. Now he cuts it back, and he'll have just a yard, and that'll be it. Good pursuit by that entire Skiatook Bulldogs defense.
And I think these Bulldogs are extra motivated after that touchdown. It's a 2-possession game, just under 3.5 minutes left. They're ready to put this game away. That blocking was fantastic. Coming to the backfield was fantastic, as it's only a gain of 1, now 2nd and 9.
Yeah, they can cut it loose here knowing they've got that 2-score cushion. Low snap, picked up, and that blew the play up. Breach on the carry. He's tackled right at the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 3rd down and 10. Down to 2.5 minutes to go. 3rd down and 9 for Jinx White. Direct snap, right up the middle, Gankars, and he's only got a yard, and that's it. So 3rd down and 8, and Skiatook can just load the box up knowing they're not going to throw the football. And Jinx with no option other than to go for it here on 4th down. Down by 2 touchdowns and under 2 minutes to go by the time they snap this ball. Still waiting for the players to come in with that coach's play here on 4th down and 8. Ball at the 45 on the far hash mark in Jinx territory. And movement early. I think that was predicated by that out of nowhere jump out with 4th and 8 from the PA. I think that spooked the defensive lineman. He moved about the time that came over the PA. But it was against Jinx White, and now it's 4th and 13, and they start the clock back up after the walk-off on the penalty, under 90 seconds to go. And they run a reverse. They're going to run a reverse pass, but there's too much of a pass rush. Finally, he tries to get rid of it and just can't do it and gets taken down back at the 33-yard line. They tried to do a reverse pass with Edgerton, and just too much pressure from that Skiatook defense.
Smith getting initial contact, and then Carter Davis bringing him down. Great work by that defensive side of Skiatook, and now they get possession in great territory. 1:17 left. I think the Bulldogs are almost ready to put this game away.
And the clock runs, and again, immediately, well, at least they signal for it to run. It's not starting, but really, Skiatook could just take a knee a couple of times. It could be over with. And they're asking to the sideline, to the coach. Oh, now they need another player out there. So running on late is Ace White. But they will hand it off to their bread and butter to Fudge. He cuts to the outside, and here he goes again inside the 20, down to the 19, and another 1st down. He's got over 200 yards rushing in this game. Touchdown runs of 78 and 76 yards. There's 154 on 2 carries.
Yeah.
And then he's well over 200 yards with the rest of his action in this game. Clock running, 50 seconds left to go. And again, Jinx with 2 timeouts, but pretty futile at this point. They just cannot get the ball back. Smith under center, hands off to Fudge up the middle, and he's driven back at the 18, and that may be the last play of the game right there.
That was a nice tackle there from Wiltshire. A lot of power. Stopping forward progress. It's a gain of 2, but that might be it.
And they're running to the sideline to celebrate. They don't have to snap it again. The Skiatook Bulldogs with 78-yard and 76 touchdown runs by Brooke Fudge shut out Jinx White 12-0 to capture the Challenger Championship here in the Indian Nations Football Conference Finals. The two teams exchanging handshakes, and we will roll out the table and carry the championship trophy presentations and the medal presentations right now. Again, our final, Skye took 12. Jinx, nothing. Stick around here for the presentation of the championship medals to our runner-up, Jinx White, and our champions, the Skye took Bulldogs. And don't forget, coming up at 7 o'clock, it will be Owasso Black against Bixby Red, the final game of the tournament, the 5th grade champion event coming up. And they're calling the players out to get them lined up to get their medals and the presentation of the trophy. And what a good ball game. Rapidly played, an hour and 9 minutes for that ball game.
Well, that's about what the first game looked like as well. A lot of running clock is kind of the deciding factor for that clock running down. But I'll tell you what, we've had 2 games, and they've both been so fun. They've been fantastic. We have one more game immediately following this. That'll kick off at 7. And it's just been a real fun afternoon, and these kids are going to have a blast with their trophies, with their medals, with their recognition.
Yeah, and the Bixby Red team, which is dressed in blue,
okay,
like the other. And they don't have red helmets. They've got white helmets, too. But they will be out here tonight trying to capture a win for Bixby in that final game. Let us go down and turn it over to the PA announcer for the presentation of the trophies and the individual medals to our 2 outstanding teams.
Now introducing your 2025 INFC Class 4 champion runner-up, the Jinx Trojan. Number 0, Nolan Liebert. Number 3, Duke Phillips. Number 4, Brock Breach. Number 5, Henry Hill. Number 6, Jeffrey King. Number 10, Brooks Young. Number 12, Flex Edgerton. Number 15, Santiago Perez. Number 16, Maddox Hurst. Number 18, Jameson Lipstone. Number 19, Elliot Lambert. Number 20, Aiden Mann. Number 21, Conrad Queenberry. Number 22, Dax Gantars. Number 25, Asher Hale. Number 31, Graham Ballou. Number 34, Cooper Conreister. Number 36, Ashton Austin. Number 40, Gary Strahl. Number 51, Maurice Washington. Number 81, Noah Alexander. Number 86, Daxton Hack. Number 99, Philip Weister. Now introducing your 2025 INFC Classical Champions, Scottsdale Bulldogs. Number 1, Robin Baker. Number 4, Zayden Gomez. Number 5, Miller Smith. Number 7, Brooks Fudge. Number 8, Carter Davis. Number 9, Hunter Randolph. Number 10, Riker Dunn. Number 11, Cruz Dixon. Number 21, Aiden Sutton. Number 22, Ace White. Number 24, Driver Baker. Number 33, Salvador Fonesca. Number 35, Stephen Johansson. Number 36, White Haynes. Number 40, Kate Church. Number 50, Carter Gillette. Number 67, Logan Cosby. Number 72, Zachary Gillen. Number 75, Weasley Seaton. And number 83, Jace Dean.
Well, there's your championship trophy presentation. The Skiatook Bulldogs taking it. We'll be back in about 45 minutes with the final game tonight. Our champions final between Owasso Black and Bixby Red. Owasso out there with that Ram helmet that's very recognizable. They're in white uniforms with red pants, but they're Owasso Black is their team name designation, if that makes any sense to you. Then we've got Bixby Red, which is wearing blue uniforms with white helmets. So you guys figure it out. We'll be working on it. We'll be back in about 45 minutes. So stick with us. Come back at 7 for the last game of the day of the Indian Nations Football Conference Champions Tournament here at Union High School.